Howdy, fellow gamers. Nemi here, coming at you with some juicy, fresh Summoners War content. Let's go! This video is going to be a part of my new Summoners War 2022 progression series. No fluff, just the good stuff. Okay, you might be wondering, why this guide, 8-year-old game? Surely someone has made some up-to-date beginner content.
まあいいけどよ。でお前は敵の足を止める。止めるってお前。
I feel like it's been a while since people have looked at what parts of the game are most important to focus on early on. And I've also noticed that a lot of people are ignoring the most fantastic, juicy upgrades to their account. So I decided to make a plan, and here is how I think people should progress in Summoners War in 2022. First part of starting the game is deciding whether to reroll or just go in balls deep. You will notice that I've highlighted Alunia B5, which is in the Dimensional Hole. A lot of players come to my Twitch stream and they ask for advice, and honestly, the first thing I ask is, are you farming Alunia B5 and are you buying the 30 energy from the shop? And for the love of Elia and Durand, it seems like no one is even doing it. This is honestly one of the most important things to be doing every week, and you need to start putting it into your weekly routine. In this video, we're going to be talking about rerolling, whether you should do it or not, and if you do, what monsters you should aim for. This is going to be a part of a series, so if there's any other information you need, feel free to skip forward to any other video. Let's look at the pros and cons of rerolling. First off, I don't really recommend rerolling because this game is quite generous with giving out scrolls through events and in-game content. If you play the game for a long time, even free to play, you will be able to get a decent pool of monsters if you just do it! This game rewards long-term investment. I'm tired of seeing people asking me why they aren't progressing after years of playing when you see profiles like these.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Log in daily, build your beginner teams, do your missions, do your guild content, do your arena wings, or for the love of God, I will slap you to the monthly predator boss. The only downside to this is you might miss out on some Nat 5s early, which can help speed up progression, but honestly, everything in this game can be completed quite easily with obtainable monsters. Now, there are some monsters that can give you a decent advantage if you do get them early on in the game. The only pros to rerolling is that you can get these monsters and they can help you progress, or you can actually aim for a specific monster that you like. The downside is that every day you waste on rerolling is a day that you're losing to making your account stronger and progressing in the game. If you do decide to reroll, I don't recommend doing it for longer than a week. And without further ado, here's my top 5 monsters to reroll for in Summoners War 2022. Rika is a very versatile unit as you can use her in a lot of different content. She works the best in TOA and some PvP content. Now her first skill has a chance to sleep the enemy, which will give her another turn on a successful application of the debuff. Her second skill has an AoE slow and stun, while her third skill hits 3 times. Each hit has a chance of applying the slow debuff and putting continuous damage on all the targets. Wusa is one of the best units in the game for keeping your team safe. His first skill has a 2-turn sleep, his second skill deals a set amount of damage based off his own HP, and his third skill gives immunity and a shield to every monster on your team for 3 turns. Poseidon is a really strong CC control unit who really shines in the arena, guild war and siege areas, but he can be used in almost every part of the game. His first skill can throw 2 debuffs currently on him back to the unit he attacks. His second skill has an AoE silence for 2 turns, And his third skill is an AoE slow that pushes the attack bar of all enemies to 0. The other cool thing about his skill 3 is it can't glance. Chongpung is the jack of all trades, and honestly one of the most broken units to ever exist in the game. His S1 can push back the attack bar of a single enemy. His skill 2 has a 2-turn defense break and a chance to strip all buffs and then put glancing on all enemies. His skill 3 is a 3-hit skill that pushes back the attack bar of all enemies and resets their skill cooldown by 1 if their attack bars are at 0. Savannah sits in the top spot because she is just the best unit for early game progression. She's a really strong damage dealer with some decent utility and a small safety net that can keep her alive a little longer. Her first skill can slow the attack speed for 2 turns. Her second skill converts the buffs on the target into continuous damage. And finally, her third skill is an AoE pushback that applies a 2-turn defense break and gives a 2-turn speed buff to her allies. That's all for this one, guys. Chuck a like and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in keeping up to date with the series and any other shenanigans we can get up to. I stream over on Twitch, so feel free to follow me over there for some juicy live content.